FUNCLE's Customs, where I find all kinds of cars in different places. I usually fix them and flip them, but sometimes I keep them. This is My Garage Revivals. Today Eric sent us over the interior parts for his 1965 Ford Mustang. Hello everybody and welcome back to My Garage Revivals. So yes, today we are starting out here at the junkyard because I have made a purchase today, or actually I will be making a purchase. So yes, we found ourselves a 1969 Dodge Charger, donor vehicle for our 1968 Charger which we have back at the shop. So we are going to be doing a facelift on that car as requested by the people in my Discord by means of voting on a poll. So yes, that is pretty much the outcome, and we are going to be doing a facelift. So yes, I'm just going to quickly pay the man over here $4,000 for this thing. There's absolutely no suspension on the car at all, but I will show you guys that in a moment once I'm done with this gentleman over here. Alright, so here we are. This is the car in question that I have purchased. So yeah, it's also got a couple of dents and scratches and rust as well, so that is pretty much what you would expect from a junkyard car. But it's got some mismatched panels on the interior, but yeah, not really any of the interior bits are salvageable. We've got a good back seat in black, and we've got a good front driver's seat over there, which we might have to use that for the time being. But yeah, further there's not really much. I can't really open the hood now, but there is an engine in this thing. But we also managed to find this hardtop for our shop truck that we've got back at the shop as well. So yeah, you can also imagine that I did have to get a little bit creative over here with regards to loading this thing up onto the ramp truck here. But I did manage to get it done. It wasn't easy, but yeah, there she is. Let's fire this old truck up and I'll meet you guys back at the shop. Alright, so here we are back at our shop safely with the 1969 Dodge Charger. So yeah, it was a very slow drive because I was just trying to be careful with this thing on the back of our truck because there's absolutely no way of securing this thing, so it was just pretty much hanging on. But yes, we also have got a camper or a camper shell, if you can call it that, for our shop truck back at the back over here. So I think we can actually get that fitted for now, but yes, we are going to have to paint it and also take the rust off. And as for the car on the back of our ramp truck over here, I think I'm just going to leave it there for now because we don't really need any parts off it just yet. We've got a lot of things to strip off the 68 over there before we can actually get any parts installed. And also in other news, let me just quickly show you guys what happened here. So yeah, I thought I was feeling a little bit brave yesterday, so I took a sledgehammer and I pretty much knocked this wall down, and also the door was removed. So I did get a little bit of money back for all the scrap materials, so that is a very good win for us. So basically our ram truck can be parked over here now, and yeah, I'm not too sure if it'll actually clear the door like that, because then I could have actually pulled it in. But I don't think I should take any chances here, because I think the emergency lights barely clear on this thing. I don't know, it's really hard to tell to see if the car is higher than the emergency lights. But yes, so our ramp truck actually fits there quite nicely. It sticks out a little bit obviously at the end here, but that's okay. So we will pretty much be parking the ramp truck here from now on. So yeah, that is pretty much what happened there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly see if we can get this thing mounted to our shop truck here at the back. So we're just going to slap it on as is for now. We can always yeah, take it off again. So I think it's just 2 bolts here at the front of the cab. So let me quickly go get a wrench and just bolt this thing down. Alright, so there we go. We've got a camper shell, or a hardtop, whatever you'd like to call it, installed on our shop truck. We are missing a glass over here on this side and one at the back, because obviously this one is shattered. So I'll see if I can get some new glass for the rear and for the left hand side. And then I think this thing should be ready to be used, because yeah, sometimes we just like to keep some things in the back of the truck without worrying about it getting stolen. So yeah, I think this is a very nice addition for our shop truck over here. So I think we'll get it cleaned up, get it painted up, but we actually need to get our truck sorted out one day as well, do some more work to this. So we are actually missing quite a bit of parts. We don't even have indicators in this thing, so it's yeah, pretty much what it is at the moment. So yeah, we are going to pretty much start tearing into the 1968 Dodge Charger now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab the toolbox from the ramp truck, and then we are going to pretty much dive into that thing and see what we need to take off. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I did eyeball this thing a little bit, and I figured out we should be able to clear it. And yeah, I must say there was a little tiny space at the top of this thing, but we got it in, and at least it's inside the shop now. So it's going to feel a little bit better for us to leave it inside rather, because I don't want to have any parts or maybe even our whole ramp truck disappear on us. So yeah, I think it's just safer inside the shop for now. But now we are going to start working on this 1968 Dodge Charger of ours. So yes, there is quite a lot of parts we need to take off this thing. As you can see, it has been pretty much sideswiped on the left. I think this is actually almost just as bad as Cyclone's El Camino was. So yeah, we are going to see if we've got all the parts we need to get this thing sorted out. So we should actually also have this in the fender liner as well to replace. And yes, that is pretty much the idea. We are going to do a little bit of a facelift as well on this thing. So I think let's start on the left hand side. So we'll see if we can get this driver's side door removed, and then we'll unbolt the fender and the hood and stuff like that, and then we'll see what we need to start cutting off as well. Alright, so there's the bolt for this busted door, and I believe it's just the one bolt. So yeah, this door is definitely very far gone. We're not going to be able to do anything with that or any of the parts attached to it, so that is pretty much junk. Right, so let's get this hood open so we can see what is going on over here. Alright, so there we've got a bolt for the fender, and over there, alright, there's supposed to be another one somewhere. Not too sure. We do also have some bolts at the front, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so let me quickly have a look around here. We've got other bolts here. Let's maybe start with this front nose part first, because that way we will open up a little bit more ways to see what we need to take off over here. Alright, there goes that front part. So this is the front valance, very mangled and beat up. So we'll get that out of the way. Alright, I think next up we're gonna see if we can get this grill taken off. Right, so we've got a screw over there, and there's a screw on this side. Alright, so there's the old 68 grill, which has been quite badly damaged. So we'll throw that on a pile over there. Now I think we need to start investigating where this other bolt is for the fender, because if I look at the other side over here, we've got a bolt around here somewhere. So there should be one maybe under the fender here somewhere. So let me just do a little bit of digging. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that wasn't too hard actually. So that is one beat up fender removed from the car. And now we can take care of our hood over here. Alright, it looks like the passenger side of this car is fairly straight. So that might actually save us a little bit of work. We don't really have to strip everything off. We can probably get those panels sandblasted pretty much on the car. But I will check it out with a little bit of Bondo maybe and see if there's anything going on. Alright, so let's get this rear bumper off as well, because we are going to be taking the quarter panel off. Yeah, that's the thing about a damaged vehicle. You always struggle to get to all the bolts. Alright, so this bumper is also a little bit banged up. It should be actually fixable, but yeah, I think we've got a good one on that car over there, so that's fine. Alright, so now, if I'm not mistaken, we can probably take off the trunk lid as well, because we are going to be cutting this quarter panel off on the left hand side. So let's get this piece cut off. Alright, there we go. I didn't cut it off, obviously I unbolted it, but we are going to be cutting soon. So I don't think there's anything else we need to bolt out. So I do want to take the dashboard out, so we'll unscrew the dashboard's bolts quickly, or screws rather. Alright, let's come around this side. And there we go, that's our dashboard. Pretty banged up. It's also been damaged by the accident on the left hand side, so yeah, we'll see. I think maybe we'll be able to order a brand new interior for this car in the same color. I think we do get replacement parts for these, so we will see what we can find. Alright, so now I think let's grab our angle grinder over here, this one, and see what we need to cut off to get this quarter panel taken off. So just going to start with the obvious ones, and also our rocker panel needs to come off. So yeah, let's just cut everywhere where we can more or less figure out what we need to take off. Alright, there's the rocker panel. So the rocker panel can be chucked on the pile. So let's see what else is holding this pretty much quarter panel in place. So there are probably some weird bolts all over the place and welding spots, and that nearly took my head off, but yeah, we've got it. Alright, so that came flying off. Alright, so there's our quarter panel. Okay, and then we need to take this roof off, because obviously the roof is also a bit of an issue. As you can see, that has also been damaged. Right, so let's get this roof cut off. I think it's just the 4 places for this. There we go. Alright, so I'm able to lift this off now. Alright, so there's our bad roof as well. We've got a good rear window in this, but I think we also have got a good window in that shell over there. Alright, so now we need to tackle this inner fender part. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to have to take this fender off, because we need to replace this inner panel. So let's start unbolting that as well, and then we'll pretty much work our way back and see what we need to cut off over here. We need to do pretty much the suspension work as well, so maybe our suspension can come off. We are going to be changing the taillight panel as well, so yeah, there's actually quite a bit of work to do to this thing. So let's start just by taking this good fender off. It doesn't look like this fender has got any rust on it, so that is definitely a plus. Alright, so let's just set that down over here. Alright, now I think what we need to do is maybe get this thing up on some jacks, floor jacks under the car, get it lifted, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip out the whole front suspension, which is going to be easier to pretty much cut everything else off. So we will jack it up over there, I think. That's a good spot for that. Alright, we don't really need to go too high also. Alright, come on. There's our other jack. Alright, and just more or less line it up with the other one on the other side. Let's get this lifted up. There we go, that should do. Alright, so let's start with this cross member over here. Over there, and then if we take the shock absorbers off. Yeah, that shock absorber doesn't look too bad actually. Alright, we'll take the upper control arms off as well. Alright, and this one. Yeah, this one is definitely beat up quite bad. That one is rusty, but it still seems to be straight. Alright, and the shock absorber obviously took quite a bit of damage as well. Alright, there we go. Let's just put it over there. Alright, so now if I loosen the brake lines, should be able to pull this thing out once we take the engine bolts out as well from the top. Alright, so there's one. And over there's one. Alright, so here comes our whole front suspension. And there we go. That is pretty much the whole assembly over here. So I think let's just put this over this side. So we're going to be servicing this and going through everything. I did salvage some parts from the Mustang which will actually fit on this thing, so we'll see what we've got. Alright, but now I think we are good to remove this radiator, which actually also doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it has taken any damage. Alright, let's just pull that out. Let's have a look at this. Now this actually looks fairly new, strangely enough. So maybe that was a new part they installed just before the car got into an accident. But yeah, let's quickly get our battery also taken off. I think it's just going to be a bit safer to have this removed. Right, we'll put it on the little shelf of ours over here. Alright, and now I think if we take this wiring out, I don't think there's a bolt over there. We need to pretty much come this side. Get this removed. And we are going to be taking the engine out as well, so let's remove the fuel line. We'll pop it over here. The engine can go on the engine stand. So we are going to be doing a V8 swap on this car, as the poll has also been about what engine we need to put in this car. So we are going to be doing a custom built V8 engine of some sort. So I was actually thinking of having a look at the barn that we bought off Richard from his nephew, what parts we've got in there. And then we will see if there's going to be enough parts to pretty much build a very nice engine for this thing. So that is one of the hopes that I currently have, is that we are going to be able to spend as little money as possible to get this thing sorted out. Alright, yeah, I'm just having a look at this thing. It's a little bit buckled there at the driver's side, so yeah, we might have a good one on that car, hopefully. Alright, so I think let's quickly just get this engine removed. So I think it's just the transmission bolts Alright, so let's just get rid of these wires. Alright, so there we go. There's the wires taken out now. Yeah, we might have to get new wires. Alright, so now we can unbolt these. And then we should be able to take our engine out. Here we go. Right, so there's our little inline 6 engine, which looks as if it has been actually serviced quite recently. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, but we've got our bad inner fender, or they call it the front panel in this case. There we go. Alright, so that is actually the one that isn't bent too badly. That is just the one that was a little bit, yeah, rusty. Alright, keep forgetting about the lower weld over here. Alright, so there we go. That is our left panel, which is the damaged part. Hopefully we've got a good one on that car as well. Can we quickly try and see up in here? Let's hop up here. Oop, there we go. Alright, so we've got a bad one on that side. So I wonder if I'm going to be able to bang that one straight with a hammer. Maybe if we got a little bit of a bigger hammer, like a sledgehammer, we should be able to do that. Alright. But yeah, looking at this thing now, we actually need to get this firewall taken off as well. So that means we are going to have to take this door off. Alright, so let's get to these bolts over here. Alright, actually just one bolt at the top there. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so that is our good part pile. We can call it that. Alright, and then over here we've got pretty much all the stuff attached to the firewall. I was just thinking now we could probably try and take it off with the firewall, everything attached like that. And I believe this is for our seat, which I would like to try and get out of the way, because it's definitely gonna restrict our access to everything else. So there we go. We've got the busted seat out of the way. So now we can probably see a little bit better what's going on in this car. Right, so let's see what else we've got here. We've got our floor pan we need to take off. So I'm not sure if the rear seat is mounted to that. So let's just see. Yeah, I'm kind of jumping around now because, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I'm looking at here and a lot of stuff that needs my attention. So this is, yeah, becoming one of those things that you're not sure what you want to do first and what is going to happen if you do the one thing before the other. So I think let's just leave the seat in for now. We'll struggle with that a little bit later. But I do need my angle grinder because I want to see if I can cut this firewall off now. So I think let's stand up and we're going to cut this cowl panel off. Is that it? That is it. Yeah, that also looks a little bit crooked. Yeah, it's definitely crooked. Alright, so there's another bad part. Alright, so now for the firewall. I'm not sure if it's going to be as easy as that. Yeah, there's probably some more welds hidden over here. Alright, but let's see. Yeah, we are going to have to get this carpet taken out somehow. Alright, so we'll just pop the carpet out. Alright, now I think we should be able to see. This carpet is anyway very bad. So we'll have to get a new carpet along with the interior. Yeah, would you look at that. Now we can actually see what's going on here. Alright, so there is the weld we need to still cut for this thing. Alright. I'm not convinced that is it. We've got a weld over there. Alright, that's not it yet. Alright, well, we'll just continue cutting welds in this vicinity until it pretty much pops off. just see if we can find any more. There's obviously these panels have been damaged badly, so it's hard to tell, but I think it might actually come off if we just unbolt the actual brake line from the master cylinder over here, because that is one thing that's actually keeping everything together here. And would you look at that, there we go. Alright, so that is our firewall. So we do have a good steering column by the looks of it. No, we do not. That looks bent. Even the pedals looks bad on this. So yeah, we might be able to salvage the brake booster over here. So I'm going to unbolt this, and we'll just see the condition of this. Yeah, it might still be okay. So what I'll do is I'll just put it down over here for now. Right, and then yeah, what I'll do is I'll take this thing off, and then we will compare it with the one that we've got in the car. I don't know what the condition of the one is in the car that we got now, but yeah, this is yeah, pretty much the pedals and the wiper motor and the handbrake lever. Alright, so let's get these things off and out of the way. Alright, there it goes. Alright, it just popped out. Doubtful that this is going to still work. It looks like it's broken as well. As for these pedals, just shake it a bit. There we go. Alright, so there's the pedals. Now they actually look kind of straight, but once again I will compare this with the other parts. Right, is there anything else? It's just the handbrake lever over here. Alright, this firewall is definitely damaged, so I'm pretty sure this handbrake lever is also going to be a bit busted. Alright, so yeah, that is definitely not going to be fixable. Alright, so let's just put it on the pile over there. Alright, so now I want to tackle this rear seat to see how this thing comes out, because I'm not too sure. I think this is for the front seat, so let's take the front seat out first. Over there, and this one. Yeah, that is actually quite a decent seat. Doesn't look too bad. And now we've got access to this bolt. Alright, there we go. Alright, also this seat doesn't look too bad. Alright, it definitely has seen better days, but it's not completely ruined. As for the automatic transmission, I think it's going to be easier to just stick with an automatic gearbox, because this car is obviously, yeah, it's got a column shifter. And for us to replace the steering column, I don't think you get one for this car, or you'll be able to find one for this car which has got a, yeah, a manual steering column shifter. So we are probably going to stick with the automatic gearbox, which will be fine. So yeah, I will just see if we can maybe replace it, because this one looks like it's on its last legs by the looks of it. Alright, but now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this side of the jack. We're going to pretty much put the car down on the floor, because I want to cut this left hand side floor out and see if that is going to come out in sections, or if the whole floor is a unit. I think it's probably the whole floor itself, so let's just lower it down on this side as well. Alright, and we are going to cut off this rocker panel on this side as well. Alright, so this is still good by the looks of it. Alright, so let's put that down over there. And now I want to see, this is our torsion support under here. Alright, let's get that cut off as well. It looks like some of the welds actually broke off in the accident. Alright, so this is definitely very badly damaged. So we'll see if the one on the car is going to be any good. Alright, and then next up, let's just see if this floor is actually going to split over here. There we go. Alright, so that is our floor out. So I think it's hard to tell, actually, but you can see there's a little bit of a curve on this side of the panel. So yeah, that is something we are going to be taking from the donor vehicle, which I'm hopeful is going to be intact. It looks like it is. So yeah, we've got a lot of good parts over here, actually. Most importantly, we've got the rear taillight panel over here, which we're going to be replacing, and also the front end. The grille still seems to be in good condition. The hood maybe not so much, but we'll see if this one can be repaired. If not, I might actually have to get a brand new one ordered up, but that might take a while for us to actually get it. But yes, I think, yeah, we've got a couple of good parts on this thing. Absolutely, we definitely need to start getting this thing stripped. But yes, I think that is going to be pretty much it for the Dodge Charger for now. Maybe we can quickly cut this panel off at the back, because this is just for our taillights pretty much. So there we go, we've got a 1968 rear panel, which we might actually see if we can get the parts that are still good from our car and put it back on this one, and then we'll pretty much send it back to the junkyard and just get a little bit more money back from it. I actually wanted to check the condition of the engine as well in this car. My goodness, that is looking quite bad. The engine block seems to be decent, but yeah, once again, that's this is a junkyard car, so chances of it starting up without a bit of parts changed, it's going to be very, very, very slim. But yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to go and make a phone call now to Richard at the autobody, because he said he might be done with the Mustang by this time today, so it's pretty much midday. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a phone call quick and just hear what he has to say. Maybe we can quickly go and pick up the Ford Mustang, but we are going to have to walk over there by the looks of it, because obviously our ramp truck is occupied. But yes, I think that is going to be my plan for now, so I'm going to quickly jump on the phone and just hear what he has to say. Alright, so I had a chat with Richard from the autobody, and yes, he said that we can come and collect the Mustang. So yeah, I'm pretty much just taking a little bit of a walk now, because yeah, it's good exercise, and also that way we can bring the car back and yeah, get this thing hopefully sorted out for Eric. So this is the color that I chose for Eric's Ford Mustang. This is a bottle green color, and the wheels have been painted in black, as well as the roll cage is also black in this thing. So we've got pretty much just the interior to do, and then this thing will be ready to hit the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in and just see if we can get this thing back at our shop. It's a little bit of a mission getting in with this roll cage, but I'm sure I will manage. Alright, so that was a little bit easier than I thought. Alright, so where's the handbrake in this thing? Let me just see. There it is. Okay, it's behind the roll cage. Alright, so let's fire this puppy up. Alright, so there we go. This is sounding very good. Alright, and there we go. So let's get this thing back to the shop quickly. See if we can get this thing sorted out for Eric. Alright, so we are back with the Mustang, or actually the Mustang as he would call it. So we've got some interior parts we need to pretty much bring over to this car and get them mounted. So yeah, they did come and drop these things off yesterday afternoon. So we'll pretty much start with the headliner, which should just pop into place like that. So there's no screws or bolts or anything involved with this. Right, then I think these door cards are actually 3 pieces. So I'm not sure. This is the outer piece. So I've never really put these together. So we'll see how they want to go on. Right, so there's the first part. And then we will grab the second part. So I'm not sure which side this is for. This is for the left hand side. So we'll snap that on to there, and then I believe it's just this little inner trim which we've got over here. That's for the left hand side, so that's the correct one. Alright, let's get this popped into place, and just like that we put a door card together. Right, so now we're going to need our wrench because we need to take this old seat out. This is our test vehicle seat at this point. Alright, and I'll just put it down over here. It's actually very handy having a seat like that in the shop. There we go, that fits much better. Alright, and bolt it up there and over there, and then one bolt over here. Right, I think while we are at it, let's get this huge gear stick out of here, because this is actually the one that came off our ramp truck. I'll just drop it over here for now, because we've got a brand new black one over here matching the color of the interior, so this is the correct one. So let's get this thing installed as well. Alright, so there's that bolt taken care of. Alright, now I think let's do the other door panel. I'm still walking around with the wrench in my hand, but we are going to need the wrench again now for the steering column anyway, because we've got a black steering column that's going in this car. Yeah, let's bring this closer. I think first of all we'll just set it down over here, and we'll put the wrench down there next to it. Alright, and then let's come and grab the rest of these interior bits. We've got the outer trim for the passenger side as well. Alright, just like that. Let's go and grab the inner piece. Alright, so that is our door cards, both of them pretty much installed. So now we need to take the dashboard out, which is going to require a screwdriver first of all. So luckily I did mess around with this dashboard when we got the car at first, so I know it's just a one screw in the middle and it'll pretty much pop out the dashboard. Alright, let's just get it out of there. Alright, so there's the old dash. So I believe we'll send all of his old parts with the car back to him. The ones that are actually good parts like this still seems to be decent, so we'll send the wheels and tires as well as the dashboard, and I think the steering column is also another good part in this thing we can send back to him. Alright, so speaking of which, now we need this wrench to get this steering column removed. Alright, so there's the old steering column. And get that bolted down. Perfect. So let's grab the seat first. Get this put into place and bolted down. Alright, so that's our seat taken care of, and now last but not least is just the dashboard. Alright, let me just not trip over the brake line over there. Alright, so this is our dashboard. Also a brand new dashboard. So this is, I don't think it's brand new, it's just the been refurbished. Alright, and we'll bolt it down just like that. So yeah, I really hope he's going to be happy with the outcome and the color that I chose, because he said I can make it any color of my choice. And yeah, I think this actually works quite well for the car. It's definitely one of those classic race car greens, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think also that is going to be pretty much a wrap for the episode. We did manage to do quite a lot of work. We've got a 1968 Dodge Charger that is currently looking like a very old sad trailer in the back of a yard. But yes, once we start stripping the donor vehicle over there, I think it'll be pretty much coming together very nicely. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every view, every like. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, until the next time, cheerio!